Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kijarina. It's Thursday, September 25. In Squiz Kids Today, Ragasa roars across Asia, Egypt's 3,000-year-old security siren, a moon mission countdown and 5 million viewer fake. That's what's making news kid style.
The Lowdown.
Have you ever been in Northern Australia and experienced a tropical cyclone? They're massive spinning storms that bring fierce winds, flooding rains and dangerous storm surges. The very same kind of storm is called a typhoon when it forms in the northwest Pacific Ocean around places like the Philippines, Taiwan, Vietnam, Hong Kong and southern China. And right now, those countries are facing the biggest storm of the year so far, Super Typhoon Ragasa. Ragasa has already battered Taiwan, dumping more than half a metre of rain and washing away bridges and cars. In Hong Kong, the highest typhoon warning, with winds close to 300 kilometres an hour, was raised this week. Schools and businesses shut, supermarket shelves were stripped bare, and hundreds of flights were cancelled. And in southern China, almost 400,000 people have been evacuated, and seawalls have been reinforced against storm surges of up to 5 metres. Scientists note that storms this powerful are rare, though some studies suggest warmer oceans could make the strongest ones more intense. Either way, Ragasa is a reminder of just how important preparation and clear communication are when nature unleashes its full force. And to all the Squiz Kids listening from those parts of the world, we're hoping you stay safe and dry.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Amarna, Egypt, an ancient city where archaeologists may have solved a 3,300-year-old mystery. Buried in the ruins of a workers' settlement called Stone Village, researchers found what looked like an ordinary cow toe bone. But on closer inspection, they spotted a neat hole drilled right through it. Archaeologists don't believe that it's a toy or a musical instrument, but by piecing together evidence from microscopes, historical records, and the location and creating a replica, they discovered when it's blown through, it plays one sharp note. More screech than song. Small, simple but powerful, a 3,000-year-old security siren. Take a listen. Like today's police radios, this whistle may have been a tool for communication used by guards to call for backup if tomb robbers were lurking near the Royal Cemetery. Amazing.
Spaced out.
Are you into Greek mythology? You might know NASA's first moon missions were named after the Greek and Roman god Apollo. Well, Artemis was Apollo's twin sister, the goddess of the moon and of the hunt. So it's a fitting name for NASA's new lunar program. After more than 50 years, astronauts are set to fly around the moon again. Artemis 2 is scheduled for February 2026, when 3 astronauts from NASA and 1 from the Canadian Space Agency will blast off from Florida on a 10-day journey. They'll travel further into space than any human has ever gone, orbiting about 9,200 kilometres beyond the moon before swinging back to Earth. The crew will live in the Orion capsule, testing life support systems and collecting data on how human bodies cope with deep space. The mission won't land, but it's a crucial step towards Artemis 3, which aims to put astronauts back on the moon's surface later this decade, and eventually to build a base for future missions to Mars. And if you love all things space, make sure you tune in on Wednesday next week when I chat with Australia's very first astronaut, Catherine Bennell-Pegg. We talk the skills that came in most useful in her training, what jobs she might do in space, and what shooting stars might actually be made of. And it's not what you might think.
News hounds.
Every Thursday, Squizzy the Newshound sticks his snout into Squiz Kids HQ to report back on fishy things he sniffed out on the internet. And today his nose is twitching because even kings, queens and presidents can be victims of fakes. Remember how Bryce told us last week about Donald Trump's visit to England? Well, one video now claims that he saluted while Darth Vader's Imperial March played. But in reality, it was the US national anthem. Another AI image shows him eating spaghetti while King Charles gave a speech. Funny? Maybe. True? Definitely not. Trusted news footage proves both are fakes. So why make this stuff? Sometimes for laughs, sometimes to embarrass, but often just to trick people. And it works. One Aussie Facebook post of the Star Wars clip has been viewed more than 5 million times. That's why it's so important to stop, think and check and sniff out the fakes, just like Squizzy. And teachers, if you're planning term 4, Newshounds is ready to roll, pre-packaged, fully resourced, free and perfect for keeping your class engaged while you're doing the reporting. You're welcome. Oh, do you feel you're climbing a hill made of jelly? That, my friends, is a telltale sign that it's the end of term. Kids, parents, teachers, we're all counting down the days, unless, of course, you're already on holidays. This is our last week of daily news for the term, but don't go anywhere. We've lined up loads of fun school holiday content for you to enjoy through our website or your favourite podcasting app. You'll get 2 brand new episodes of Squiz Kids Spotlight, with my interview with Catherine Bennell-Pegg and Bryce sitting down with political writer Annabelle Crabb to chat about her new book, There's a Prawn in Parliament House. And yep, there actually is one. Plus, we've got brain teasers to keep your brains buzzing, a school holiday movie guide, Squiz Kids science shorts, and not 1, but 2 bumper holiday quizzes. And it all kicks off next week and runs right through the holidays. And don't forget that if it's your birthday between September 29 and October 12, your shout out will be waiting for you when you get back with the Daily News podcast on October 13.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is the name of the super typhoon battering Asia? It is called Regassa. Question number 2. Which type of bone was the ancient Egyptian whistle made of? Well done if you said it's made of a cow toe bone. Question number 3. What is the name of Apollo's twin sister that the current NASA moon missions are named for? Excellent work if you knew that it is Artemis.
Shout outs.
It's Thursday, September 25. Today is the 25th anniversary of Cathy Freeman's famous 400-metre run into the history books, winning gold at the Sydney Olympic Games. I've stuck a link to video in the episode notes in case you've never seen it. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Scarlett from Springvale, Hamish from Sandringham, Ollie from Albury and Ollie from Lobethal, Gideon from Mount Gravatt, Jack from Goulburn, Hudson from Olbar, Alfie from Camaray and Holly from Central Mangrove. Classroom shoutouts today go to Class 1-2S with Ms Saul from Lane Cove West Public School, Class 4S with Mrs Morris and Class 1 Green with Mrs Hull, both from St Paul's School in Bald Hill. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, Room 19 with Miss Amy at Walkerville Primary School. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Kids versus Adults weekly news squiz, so you can test who's smarter, kids or adults. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.